On July 21, 2023, Dallas Police Department officer Jonathan Perez Cheng was involved in a motor vehicle collision on 2nd Avenue in Dallas, Texas. The incident occurred while the officer was responding to a non-emergency report of a stolen vehicle operating a marked squad car along a designated 30-mile-per-hour route. According to the subsequent investigation, Officer Cheng was traveling between 60 and 65 miles per hour on his route. The officer ultimately rear-ended a civilian vehicle that had slowed to execute a left-hand turn. The incident led to a civil litigation and later resulted in a formal deposition, where attorney Richard Hyde appeared on behalf of the plaintiff, Sani Ghanem.
You said that you were on your way to a report of a stolen vehicle. Do I have that right?
That is correct.
Is that an emergent situation?
It is not an emergency situation. It's a situation where we're going to get there. We want to get the suspect. We want to actually get someone's property back.
The road that this wreck happened on, remind me what it was?
2nd Avenue?
2nd Avenue. And 2nd Avenue is a 30-mile-per-hour zone, correct?
That is correct.
You're saying this was not an emergent situation, so why were you traveling 60 to 65 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone?
You're absolutely right. I was trying to get there as fast as I could.
You were trying to go there to a non-emergency situation as fast as you could, and you were driving as fast as you could in that zone while operating a cell phone, right?
Absolutely, and I get where you're going with this, and you're absolutely right. That is part of my job, what I do, and accidents do occur. Like I said, I'm not saying that I didn't do anything wrong. However, it was an accident.
You're saying not saying you didn't do anything wrong, so you're saying you did something wrong. Are you saying you did something wrong?
I didn't do anything, not that I think I did.
Okay.
I'm on the phone communicating with my team. It's something, it's part of the job. It's the same thing as being on the radio, communicating with dispatch. I'm trying to get there. You know, it happens every time. There's a flock here. We want to get there as fast as we can, as safely as we can. And in this instance, there was an accident.
Do you think you did anything wrong that night?
Going over the speed limit, I take full responsibility.
But you said that this is part of your job, what you were doing that night, that moment.
Part of my job is communicating with my team. So whether it be on the radio, whether it be through Zelle, we have phones with an application that we communicate with each other.
When you say that you did something wrong, going over the speed limit.
Correct.
You don't think that you were acting reasonably when you were going over the speed limit, do you?
Objection. You can go ahead and answer.
I was going at the same speed rate that the cars around me were going. So it would be reasonable to be going at that speed.
Your testimony is that the other cars on that street at that time were all going over 2 times the speed limit.
That is correct.
And you're telling me that if everybody else is doing it, that's okay for you to do it.
So that's what we as officers tell other people, that as long as everybody's going at the same speed, which should be a reasonable speed, we're not talking about 85, 90, 100 miles an hour, you should try to keep up.
You're telling me if you saw a civilian driving a civilian vehicle at a speed in excess of 2 times the posted speed limit, that you would sit there and say, that's reasonable, that's okay, I'm going to let that go.
Once again, what is reasonable for me was that I was trying to catch up. I was trying to get a suspect with a stolen vehicle.
So it was an emergency situation.
It was not an emergency situation.
And it's not an emergency situation, certainly, because you didn't have your sirens going at the time of the impact, did you?
That is correct.
You didn't have your light bar activated, did you?
That is correct.
So it wasn't an emergency situation. You're driving 2 times the posted speed limit, and you're telling me that you think this was all reasonable.
Objection. You can answer.
I do.
So you don't think that you should be held responsible or that the city should be held responsible at all for what happened to Sandy Ghanem?
So if you ask me personally, once again, if the person in front of me is going at the same speed that I am, and it just comes to a complete stop without putting on a signal, to turn left, yes, I consider myself as reasonable. And if the person in front of me comes to a complete stop, once again, it's an accident that does occur, and it occurs on a daily basis.
You went through some training to be a police officer.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have your sirens going, are you allowed to drive 2 times the speed limit?
No, sir.
Okay, so you did that wrong.
Yes, sir.
Similar question. If you don't have your light bars activated, are you allowed to drive 2 times the legal speed limit?
No, sir.
So you did that wrong, right?
That is correct, sir.
And did you, when you were trained to be a police officer, did they train you to use your cell phone while operating a vehicle?
No. Not when you're going in a non-emergency call to a non-emergency call. No, you're not supposed to be on your phone.
Is there any situation where you are allowed to drive?
Not at 2 times the speed limit, sir.
Mr. Hyde questions Officer Chenge regarding whether he activated his sirens while en route to the reported stolen vehicle, and Officer Chenge confirmed that he did not turn on his sirens. Under Texas Transportation Code 546.001 to 003, an operator of an emergency vehicle is granted privileges to exceed a maximum speed limit, but only when responding to an emergency call or pursuing a suspected law violator. Texas Transportation Code 546.002. Furthermore, Texas Transportation Code 546.003 mandates that an officer shall utilize audible or visual signals such as sirens and lights to legally claim this speed exemption. And under Texas Transportation Code 546.005 explicitly states that even during emergencies, an officer is never relieved from the duty to operate the vehicle with appropriate regard for the safety of all persons, completely dismantling any legal defense for driving recklessly without warning signals. Officer Cheng incorrectly maintained that if other drivers on the road are exceeding the speed limit, it is permissible for an officer to travel within that same speed range. However, under the law, traffic regulations apply universally. Under Texas Transportation Code 545.352, the legal prima facie speed limit for an urban district street is strictly set at 30 miles per hour, making the officer's speed of 60 to 65 miles per hour inherently unlawful. Additionally, Texas Transportation Code 545.351 dictates that all vehicle operators have a continuous statutory duty to control their speed, to avoid colliding with another vehicle, and to adjust for hazards ahead. Civilians, as well as officers who are not engaged in an active pursuit or a justified emergency case, cannot legally go above the speed limit. Keeping pace with an unregulated flow of traffic does not grant an officer legal immunity to speed or excuse of failure to maintain a safe stopping distance.
All right, Jonathan. I'm showing on that screen what I've marked as plaintiff's deposition exhibit number 8. Now, this is a clip from much bigger footage that was produced in the litigation. Rather than go through 30 minutes of dash cam and body cam footage, I've clipped it out. And I'll represent to you that what we're seeing here is the first time I'm seeing your cell phone, if not the only time I see your cell phone on that body cam footage. This is your body cam. Earlier you said, or earlier you testified that the last thing you were doing on your phone was using this Zello app to communicate with the rest of your Dallas PD team. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, so we're going to watch exhibit number 8.
I was gonna go, but then driving off, but I head over there and channel 7 called.
That's your phone, is it not?
That is correct.
So I paused the video. I've paused exhibit number 8 at timestamp 15. Well, it's not the timestamp on the Axon footage, but it is the timestamp of this particular clip of it. And I'm going to rewind it back to timestamp 13. So the 13 seconds into exhibit number 8. and you are opening your phone. Accurate?
That is correct.
All four waiting.
I've now scrubbed forward a half second, so we're still at timestamp number 13.
Mhm.
And the first thing we see when you open that phone is what appears to be a text message or text message conversation. Do I have that accurate?
That is correct.
So the last thing that you were doing on your phone was this text message.
And no,
Objection. You can answer.
why it's on right there, I have no idea. You know, you have a phone. Do you have an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone? There's all of these different apps and all these different things that you use, and they open up. And there's times when you open, not when you unlock it, when you grab your phone by accident, you touch it with your fat finger, and they all open up, and they can either move from right to left, and they can change depending on what it is.
I know how an iPhone works, and presumably it's a popular phone. A jury is going to know how an iPhone works. And
Yes.
you're disagreeing with me that when you open your iPhone, it opens to you're saying it does not open up to the last app you use.
Do you have footage before this? Because I had already grabbed my phone before that.
So this text message chain here that we're seeing, your contention is that you prior to seeing it in this clip, you had already moved from your Zelle app and you were texting after the wreck. That's why this is showing up first, is because you texted after the wreck happened.
No, I'm not saying I texted after. What I did say was I was on my Zello, dropped my Zello, I picked it up. Once again, throughout this whole movement, what I could have done, and again, I know I'm under oath, I could have moved it from left to right, and it ended up on that screen right there.
Did you send any text messages after the wreck?
I could have. I had a lot of people calling me. I had a lot of my friends calling me regarding the accident.
Who's this text message?
I have no idea. You would have to zoom in so I can see it, so I can see the name.
Okay. I see there I'll wave my cursor over it. It looks like, what do we call those?
It's an emoji. It's a
Avatar is what
It's
it
an
is.
avatar. Yes.
Whose avatar is that?
No, I have no
You
idea.
have no idea.
I would have to go and look into my text messages.
And this is a picture of what exactly?
No idea.
No idea. You don't remember this conversation whatsoever.
Sir, this, as you can see, it was back in 2023.
You don't know anybody who uses those avatars that look like that?
A lot of women use an avatar. They can, yes.
And you text a lot of women that use avatars?
A lot of,
Objection.
I know where you're trying to go with this. And again, I have nothing to hide. Yes, I do. I have a lot of friends. I have cousins. I have my sister. I have aunts. Yes, we do. We text.
So if we're to take your story as the truth, following the wreck, you switched apps to this text message, and the last text you sent was a string of laughing emojis. Accurate?
Looking at that, yes. No, I did not text it. You said open it up. Was it there? Yes, it's there. It's on body cam. What I'm saying is, what was the last thing I was doing? I was on Zello. I was going to that call. It fell down. I picked it up. Now, once again, could have picked it up. With everything going on, I'm going left and right. Everybody's calling me. You know that when it's so sensitive, when you pick it up, when you touch that screen, it goes up, it changes either from left to right. Could have dropped it on my iMessages.
If we were to obtain your cell records, there's no chance that you're wrong about this.
Could have texted before, way before. But once again,
There's no chance that you texted after the wreck, before you left the scene.
after the wreck,
After the wreck and before you left the scene of the wreck.
I could have texted someone. Yes,
You could have
Like I
texted
said,
this person?
I don't remember that person. I have to see who it is. I can't even see the name. Those are text messages from 2023, July. I have no idea who that is. If I go back to that specific date, yes, I might be able to see who it is. I have no idea who it is.
But you'd be able to do that, right?
I would be able to do it, yes.
Mr. Hyde challenges Officer Cheng in regard to his statement that he was talking to the support team through the Zello app. Zello is an official app officers use to get in contact with other fellow officers. This app functions as a digital push-to-talk walkie-talkie system, allowing law enforcement personnel to transmit live voice communications across designated channels in real time. Under Texas Transportation Code 545.4251, it is a primary misdemeanor offense to read, write, or send an electronic message while a vehicle is in motion. While the statute outlines a narrow exception for operators of authorized emergency vehicles acting in an official capacity, this protection is entirely contingent upon the device being utilized strictly for occupational duties. Furthermore, Dallas Police Department General Order Section 301.00 strictly prohibits personnel from using personal cell phones, personal computers, or unauthorized electronic devices while operating a city vehicle. Because the video shows the phone immediately waking up to a personal iMessage thread containing photo attachments and laughing emojis, it proves a technical impossibility. The Zello app could not have been the active application at the moment the device was locked or dropped.
Now, there were a number of different officers from Dallas PD that arrived at the scene that night, correct?
Correct.
And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but a lot of the body cam footage from those officers has been produced in this litigation. You're aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Have
It
you watched-
happens.
Have you watched that?
I haven't seen anything, sir.
All right, let's watch a clip from one of the officers' body cams. All right? I'll represent to you that this occurred after the wreck happened, while several officers were there and investigating it. I think that the context will become abundantly clear once I play it. So this is what I am marked as plaintiff's deposition exhibit number 1. Let's go ahead and watch.
Hey, were you driving by yourself? I was driving by myself. All right.
That was you that we just saw?
Yes, sir.
All right, you got your driver's license on you? I actually don't have it. I forgot you.
You did not have your driver's license on you that night?
No, not on me. No.
Okay, and you would give somebody a ticket for driving around without their license, wouldn't you?
Straight up, if you check my records, I have not given anyone for no license. For no insurance, yes, but for no license, if they have an ID or anything else to prove who they are, I have not. I don't write tickets for no license.
You are allowed to, though.
I am allowed to, yes, sir.
And they actually train you to cite people for that.
Yes, sir, they didn't.
Where is it at? Should be at my wallet. Do you want me to run myself? No, I mean, I would run you.
What do you mean by, do you want me to run myself?
I'll run myself is basically I put my information in, everything comes out, and my DL number, my driver's license number comes out, and all my DL information is going to be in front of you.
Okay, so that would be what you would do in a situation as a responding officer investigating a car collision. You would do that to the drivers. You would run them.
Yes, correct.
Do you think that's appropriate when you yourself are one of the drivers involved in the accident?
I'm trying to help. And is it appropriate? Once again, it's the situation. I just got in a car wreck. I'm trying to help out, give the information out.
Let's go ahead and play the rest of it.
All right. Texas driver's license? Okay. Last name Perez on your driver's license? Perez. Before that, was it a dual last name or just Perez? Perez and then Cheng, C-H-E-N-G-E. Is it hyphenated, just like this? Hyphenated. Okay. And then P at the end. Cheng, yeah. So C-H-E-N-G-E. Okay. First name, Jonathan. J-O-N-A-T-H-A-N. No, date of birth, 05/15/1988. Okay. And what's is that 725 South Jim Miller? 725, yes. Or North Jim Miller, I forgot. 725 South Jim Miller. South Jim Miller. All right. What's the zip code on that station? 75217.
Who is this that you're speaking with?
That's the ANI officer.
Do you happen to know his name?
I don't.
What is an ANI officer?
It's accident investigations officer.
Okay. Why is it called ANI?
Am I mistaken? And I have no idea, sir.
It's all right.
What's up, Kyle? What's the station phone number? 214-670-8345. Okay. So start check.
Get back to me sometime tomorrow, whatever. I'll be right with you.
What is that he handed you? What does it look like?
Piece of information with my sheet with my information. I don't, like I said, sir. I don't remember. I don't remember. Once again, could be a sheet for the drug test. After any accident, you have to go back to this immediately. Back to the after you're done giving your information, your statement. You go back to the substation, and you get drug tested.
Okay, so if someone rear-ended you, if the driver of Sandy Gautam's vehicle had rear-ended you, you would still have to go for a drug test?
Anybody involved should, yes.
Are you required to?
You're required to.
If you're rear-ended?
I wouldn't be able to answer that.
You don't know?
I don't know, sir.
Let's go ahead and keep playing.
Yeah, and then I'll get with you after we watch the video and stuff. Okay, hey, so what happened?
Okay. There's a blockade. There was a blockade right over here. It's a Dodge Ram, red Dodge Ram. I'm on route. I'm like, let's go check it out.
Okay.
So I'm heading over here. And as I'm heading over here, on the same next to me, there's a silver Armada. Stops, no signal light. And I try to miss it, and then I hit it. I end up here, I immediately turn my body cam on. Okay. I go up, and I'm like, hey buddy, like what happened? Why'd you stop like that? And he's like, I'm sorry, sir. He's like, I was following my GPS, and they told me to turn right here. Okay. And I'm like, I get it, it's all good, but like, you can't stop like that. You gotta, right there. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. So
Which lane were you in coming down?
I was on the left lane, all
Inside lane?
inside lane. Yeah. Right behind him. Like, not behind him, but like, right.
So he's in front of you.
He's in front of me.
Okay, he just randomly stops to
Right here, to make that turn.
Okay, into the business or
Business, yeah, he said he's gonna pick up his dad.
Okay.
And then he's following GPS, and GPS following the front right there.
Okay. All right, you try to avoid him and flip the back, and you guys hit that.
I tried to avoid it. I immediately like a second read, like I saw no car coming, so I turned all the way right. And I'm still
Okay. Were you wearing your seatbelt?
I was.
Wearing your seatbelt?
Yes.
Okay, so he asked you twice if you were wearing your seatbelt. It's not true, is it?
No, sir. No, it was not. And as you can see that night, I go back and I tell him exactly what happened. Because I'm going over it. Yes, I do wear my seatbelt. Yeah, and at times I do take it off. And when everything was happening fast, I had to go check on them. I was still buzzed from the accident. And then when I went over the whole thing, I remembered, and I go back and I tell them.
On Plaintiff's Exhibit Number 1, Officer Cheng stated multiple times to the investigating officers that he was wearing his seatbelt at the time of the collision. However, during his deposition, the officer admitted under oath that his on-scene statements were untrue. This admitted falsehood constitutes a direct violation of Chapter 12A, Section 12A-1B6 of the Dallas City Code of Ethics, which mandates absolute truthfulness from all city employees. It also directly breaches the Dallas Police Department Code of Conduct regarding honesty, which strictly demands that personnel maintain the highest standards of integrity during professional investigations. Under Texas Transportation Code, Section 545.413, a driver commits a legal offense if they operate a vehicle equipped with safety belts and fail to be properly secured by one. Because this statutory provision contains no exemptions, immunities, or special privileges for on-duty law enforcement personnel, the officer's failure to buckle up constitutes an explicit violation of state traffic law. Furthermore, under Texas Transportation Code Section 521.025, a person who drives a motor vehicle without their physical driver's driver's license in their immediate possession is committing a misdemeanor offense. The statute mandates that a licensed operator must carry their physical credentials while driving and display them upon the demand of an investigating peace officer. Rather than being issued a standard citation or undergoing routine verification, body cam footage reveals that the officer bypassed standard on-scene verification by asking the investigator if he should look up his own information. While this data entry retrieved his operator records, performing a self-background check while being the subject of an active crash investigation highlights a procedural conflict of interest that further damages the defense's credibility. After that, Mr. Hyde continued his questioning about another exhibit exposing Officer Chenga's inconsistencies.
If he's on scene, he's controlling the scene.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, then I'll talk to him later. Oh, it doesn't matter if you want to walk.
The way I know it, it's just like, hey, he's a sergeant on scene. I've never heard a controlling officer. I just heard he's a sergeant on scene.
All right. Well, let's listen to what they have to say. Want to know?
Either way. I'll go walk dog. That's fine. He don't got a driver's license on him. Sits at home and blatantly lying multiple times. What? Blatantly lying to me multiple times. The officer. And he eventually told me the truth. He said he was wearing a seatbelt. I mean, I'm obviously not wearing it.
We always gonna live in.
No, it's way obvious. Not even showing him. I was like,
Why is it so obvious that you weren't wearing your seatbelt?
From what he showed me.
What?
From what he showed me?
What he showed you?
Yes. He was asking me. So when there's a collision, the seatbelt locks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pulling it and he's showing me. So I started thinking, I was wearing it. Why did it lock? So that's what I'm telling you. I went back. I started thinking about everything. How everything went on. Like, okay, I wasn't wearing it because I picked up my phone.
Yeah, but we can watch the video again if you'd like. But when you said that, you were sitting right next to the driver's side door. He was yanking on the seatbelt, showing it locked up, and you said, yes, I was wearing my seatbelt.
Because I was adamant. I was sure that I was wearing it. That was my answer.
Despite seeing it locked up like that.
Exactly. Yes, I was. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I was looking at it, and that's what made me think, why did it lock? Why is he saying that I wasn't? I went over the whole thing, back on Bruton. When I turned on second, I'm like, what happened during that time? My phone fell. I had to pick it up.
Okay. Let's continue watching Exhibit 3.
Mm-hmm.
thanks multiple times. I was like, hey, where's yes. Start talking to wearing seatbelt? Yes. Wearing seatbelt? Yes. Eventually, I walked back over after being in the car. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. So I don't know if somebody talked to him, but he lied to me multiple times. And he doesn't have a driver's license. So. I just told myself, man, just told me the truth. I'd be like, we're not sure. So I got the problem. Well, right now, the stories match up. The problem that I'm going to have to figure out is, so in the L3.
So he says the stories match up.
Mm-hmm.
So you reported your side of the story to this responding officer's body cam we're watching, and so did the driver of the other vehicle. That's your understanding, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to play again right there.
So in the L3s, it gives the GPS.
What are the L3s?
The L3s. It has to be something with the old camera.
Right.
It's something like with a map. The map with, maybe it could be something with the old one.
We'll find out. You don't know though.
No.
Okay, so we're going to restart this just so that we have continuity here in the conversation.
So I got the problem. Well, right now the stories match up. The problem that I'm gonna have to figure out is, so in the L3s it gives the GPS. He's traveling at 65 at one point. He starts seeing the brake at 60. I can clearly understand that shitty ass video see brake lights. Yeah. I mean,
So he's saying that on that shitty ass video, and when he says shitty ass video, he's referring to the video in your squad car.
Correct.
And we've just heard him say in exhibit number 3 is that on the shitty ass video, he can clearly see brake lights on the vehicle that you ran into.
That's what he's saying. Yes.
see those lights. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna have to figure out what the distance is. Figure out.
And I know we're probably when the record is here. Let's see, we're gonna take it over there. Thinking I'm on southeast.
I was down because I told him IUD. If it goes to the garage, IUD's gonna have to. So they'll once I can.
Well, I work heavy.
Oh, can they do the L3s now?
They come out and swap their chips. I'm gonna see though if it's working.
It is working because
If we take it by the record and go where it'll drop if I can.
Okay. Yeah. So
If it doesn't, I'm gonna call the body work. I'm gonna make that happen.
okay.
Whether it's on the record.
Okay. Yeah. Because it used to be IED had to come out and take it out, but I guess they changed it. That's the okay.
But that was a card that we put good power to remedy that out.
Okay.
So I'm trying to prevent calling out.
Yeah. So they're both driving down second. They're trying to make a U-turn over here. He's coming down to a flop hit. His L3 has him at 60 when he starts to hit the brake, which I'm very certain is probably is at 60. Yeah.
Why would he say he's not certain it was 60? He's saying it's more than 60?
Objection.
Once again,
You can answer.
he's an officer. He's doing his job, different perspective. Once again, and again, I've been in calls. Officers say one thing. I'm like, sounds like BS. It's all due to on their perspective. That's why as a team, we all get together. Everybody shares a story. Everybody, what they heard, what they said. Well, there's an outcome to it.
Do you think, based on your recollection of that night, does 60 to 65 sound accurate?
It does sound accurate, sir.
That's a grading video, like I said, and I can see the lights. So I'm gonna have to see how far it is in time and distance and definitely figure it out. So he impacts him at like 31. And I didn't see nobody in the right lane. So it is what it is.
I thought you said that it was okay to drive at the speed you were driving if everyone around you is driving that way. But he's saying there's nobody in the right-hand lane. There's not anyone around you.
Not at the point of impact, sir. That's why I was able to actually go around it.
You went around my client's vehicle?
I hit your vehicle. I was trying to get around it.
You're walking up the basketball court.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to let you know. I'm like, and let me just mention to the guys, we're gonna figure out if you're wearing your seatbelt or not. So
I knocked out my guy T9, so it's trying to go preparation. Now we'll
yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna, but just let you know. Oh, all right. Now I'm gonna go over and talk to the. Okay. Yeah. So we're good, I guess. And
I'm showing you plaintiff's deposition exhibit number 4. This was produced in the litigation and represented to be the dash cam footage from your vehicle in the moments, or I could say 30 seconds, but it's slowed down. The 30 seconds of the footage prior to the wreck. And it's actually a clip of the full footage, but this is the portion of your dash cam footage that shows the point of impact. Okay, are we ready to play it?
Yes, sir.
And you're telling the jury in this case under oath that my client abruptly the driver of my client's vehicle abruptly slammed on his brakes.
From my perspective, yes.
From your perspective, what does that mean? It is what it is, right?
That is not what it is. That night, that afternoon actually, while I was driving, I saw the car. While I was driving, it suddenly stopped.
Well, did it suddenly stop, or from your perspective, it suddenly stopped?
My perspective, sir.
Okay, I'm asking about reality. Realistically, looking at everything, you're a cop, you investigate. Realistically, did he slam on his brakes or abruptly stop?
From looking at the video, it seems like he was stopping and he was turning.
His brake lights were illuminated in that video we just saw, were they not?
Yes.
Okay, and you told
And
the
he was
officers that he did not have any brake lights illuminated.
I didn't see them, sir. Until, like I said, I haven't seen any videos. I haven't seen anything till today.
Let's watch it one more time. there's a couple things I want to point out. I noticed that you're veering lanes. Is that because you were reaching down for your cell phone?
Not.
I think it comes up here. Let's keep watching. I'll stop it when you begin to veer. Oh, there it is. You're over the yellow line at that point, right?
Objection. You can answer.
I can. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm reaching, and it's most likely that when I was trying to reach, I couldn't get it. I go back, I get back on it, and I'm trying to reach because I can't look down and miss. And once again, it was an accident. Like I'm saying, at no point did I stop looking in front of me. So I'm not looking down because I'm trying to see. Again, did it work? Obviously not. I wouldn't be here. I caused an accident.
And hold on. Let's see. That's where I'm waving my cursor. That is the vehicle that my client was sitting in, right?
That is correct.
Okay. How far away are we, do you think?
By 30, 25, 30 yards.
30 yards? I think that's 30 yards.
No, okay. Probably a little bit more.
Let's go back. Okay, so that right there is my client's vehicle, right?
Correct.
And the reason we know that's where it is because we see two lights on it, right?
Yeah, from this video, yes, sir.
How far away do you think we are at this point? How far away is your vehicle from the vehicle occupied by my client?
70, probably 70 yards.
70 yards?
Maybe. Again, once again, I don't know.
You don't know? You would just defer to the investigating officer on that?
I would. Yes, I would.
And tell me, because we're watching this in real time with you, tell me, during the next clip of this clip, from the 9-second mark of Exhibit 4 to the point of impact, I want you to tell me if it looks like my client is driving, or if you would agree with me that my client's vehicle is at a full stop. All right?
Okay. My perspective, complete stop. I wouldn't say complete stop because it's turning. It's turning, so it's not at a complete stop. Complete stop would be someone that literally made a complete stop. So it's moving, hits the brakes, and as you're hitting the brakes, you're turning.
All right, so at less than a mile. So you're thinking my client's going less than a mile per hour. So they're turning, or in the process of beginning to attempt to turn.
Yeah, probably about 5 miles an hour.
More or less at a complete stop, though, right? Because in that clip, even at beginning at 11, we see the brake lights illuminated throughout it. Do we not?
On this video, slow motion, pixel to pixel, yes, absolutely.
And we'll watch it one more time. Street lights, like the one we see here, and there's several of them, they don't have wheels, do they? Street lights don't have wheels. They're not moving. They're fixed in place, right? And the only thing that's moving is you. Everything else is stationary in this video, right? Do I have that right?
No. Like I said, yes, he's slowing down. And as you can see, the other car on the right wasn't stationary. She keeps on moving. Okay. But once again, like I said, and I get where you're going with this. You're doing a great job. That is your job. Like I said, take full responsibility. I was going over the speed limit. I caused an accident. That's why I'm here. If you want to go ahead, we can talk about the video, slow it down and all that. Absolutely. Once again, when they asked me about if I was wearing my seatbelt, yes, I said yes, multiple times, because I did have my seatbelt on. However, I took it off when I had to get my phone.
During his line of questioning, Mr. Hyde reveals several inconsistencies in Officer Cheng's affirmations by contrasting them with the objective digital evidence captured by body cams, car cams, and the reports of officers on the scene. While plaintiff's exhibit number 4 demonstrated that Officer Cheng did not slow down during the moments leading up to the impact, the officer maintained in his initial reports that the plaintiff had abruptly slammed on his brakes. Mr. Hyde systematically dismantled this narrative using the dashcam footage, forcing the officer to concede that the plaintiff's brake lights were clearly illuminated and that the vehicle had safely decelerated to approximately 5 miles per hour to execute a lawful turn. Under Texas law, Officer Cheng's admitted conduct establishes a clear-cut case of negligence per se, a legal doctrine where an actor is automatically deemed negligent because they violated a statute enacted for public safety. By operating his vehicle above the speed limit, driving while distracted by a mobile device, and failing to maintain a single marked lane, the officer violated explicit provisions of Texas Transportation Code, Section 545.351, Section 545.4251, and Section 545.060. Furthermore, as documented in Plaintiff's Exhibit number 3, Officer Cheng's own colleagues openly contradicted his version of events based on the physical facts of the incident. This collaborative refutation constitutes a severe breach of the administrative duty of truthfulness mandated by Dallas Police Department Code of Conduct Section 8.6, which strictly prohibits employees from making false or misleading statements in official capacities and directly implicates Texas criminal law. Following the deposition, the case had a settlement over 6 figures. There was no information if Officer Cheng had any disciplinary punishments in the case. This deposition provides a part of the civil discovery process, illustrating what happens to a legal defense when a law enforcement officer faces a severe breakdown in personal accountability. During a deposition, a witness is legally bound to provide an accurate, under-oath account of the facts, and wearing a badge does not create any special exemption from those obligations. For police officers, this activates the duty of truthfulness, the strict legal and ethical obligation requiring law enforcement personnel to maintain absolute, unvarnished honesty in all official capacities, reports, and testimonies. Officer Perez's initial attempts to blame the civilian driver, minimize his own speeding, and deny his standard operating violations did more than just derail his credibility in this session. His claims were utterly dismantled when confronted with the squad car's telemetry data. The objective digital record proved that the civilian vehicle's brake lights were fully illuminated for 13 seconds, and that the officer blindly traveled 527 feet without ever applying his brakes because he was unbuckled and reaching for a dropped cell phone. When a law enforcement officer's testimony turns into a struggle to escape blame instead of a fact-gathering exercise, the focus inevitably shifts away from the merits of the traffic accident and onto the fundamental integrity of the officer. Comment below if there is a case that you would like us to cover. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share as we continue working to promote a more informed society.